morning, children. So I will continue with the chapter Taro's Reward. Okay. So Taro is a woodcutter and is very poor. His father wanted a shake. Okay, that is a Japanese drink, but he could not afford because it was too expensive, and now he wants to work even harder. Okay, and he wants to earn money for his parents so he can provide a shake, that is a Japanese drink. As he goes to the wood to cut in the forest, okay, he sees a stream. Now when he drinks the water, he finds that the water is not a water but actually a shake, okay, Japanese drink. And he takes in the bottle, as you can see in the picture, and he goes back to his home and gives that bottle to his father, okay, and his father drinks it. That I'm just giving a preview of the chapter, which I have explained already in part 1 and 2. Now this is part 3, and he drinks and he feels very much pleased, okay, he feel warm, and the father is very happy. Taro's father is very happy. That afternoon a neighbor stopped by for a visit. Taro's father politely offered her a cup of sake. S-A-K-E. Sake is a Japanese drink. If you have any doubt, underline and write a Japanese drink, okay, S-A-K-E. The lady drank it greedily and thanked the old man. Then Taro told her the story of a magic waterfall. Thanking them for the delicious drink, she left in a hurry. By the nightfall, she had spread the story throughout the whole village. So now, when our neighbor came, and Taro's father gave the sake to the lady, and the lady drank it, and the old man told the story. Okay, Taro told the magic waterfall. Okay, and that lady spread it everywhere. Okay, that news. And that evening there was a long procession of the visitors to the woodcutter's house. Each man heard the story of the waterfall and took a sip of sake. In less than an hour, the pitcher was empty. Pitcher means that bottle was empty, okay? Underline pitcher and write bottle. So, less than an hour, what happened? People came, okay? And that bottle was became empty. So, next point. Next morning, Taro started for work even early than morning before. He carried him the largest pitcher he owned, for he intended first of all to go to the waterfall. When he reached it, he found to his great surprise, intended means planned, okay. He planned to take a big pitcher, okay, or a bottle to fill the water, fill the that bottle, okay. But when he reached there, there were already neighbors, okay. His neighbors were already there, as you can see in the picture as well. They were carrying pitchers, jars, bucket, anything they could find to hold the magic sake. Then one villager knelt and held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. Underline knelt and means and like kneeling down. Nkneling, kneeling down. Okay. He knelt and he started directly. He drank the sake from that waterfall. Okay. He did not took any bucket or pitcher. He drank again and then shouted angrily, "Water? Nothing but water." Other also tried, but there was no sake, only cold water. So that man became angry that it was not a sake, okay, but it was actually a water, simple water. Point number 11. "We have been tricked," shouted the villagers. "Where is Taro? Let us drown him into this waterfall." But Taro had been wise enough to slip behind a rock. He saw how things were going. He was now nowhere to be found. So now the man is feeling deceived, okay. Underline trick and write deceived, means feeling kind of a betrayal, okay, that Taro had actually lied to them and now they planned to drown, okay, the Taro. But Taro knew the situation and he just slipped, underline and write, just ran away from that, okay. Muttering, underline muttering, and muttering means speaking unclear, okay. Their anger and disappointment, the villagers left the place one by one. Taro came out from this hiding place. Was it true? He wondered. Was the sake a dream? Once more he caught a little liquid in his hand and put it in his lips. It was the same fine sake. To the thoughtful son, the magic waterfall gave the delicious shake. To everyone else, it gave cold water. So, he now Taro is thinking, maybe, maybe the neighbor was right and he was wrong. Okay, and he again tastes the waterfall, and but for him it is sick. And now he realizes that for him it is a sick, but for others it was a simple water. Okay. Point number 13. The story of Taro and his magic waterfall reached the Emperor of Japan. He sent for, underline sent for means called, okay? So this Taro story went even to the Emperor of Japan, okay? Emperor means kings, okay? Their kingdom is called emperor, and the king and kings are called emperor, okay? He sent for means he called the woodcutter, young woodcutter, underline young woodcutter and write Taro, and rewarded him with 20 pieces of gold for having been so good and kind. Then he named the most beautiful fountain in the city after Taro. This said, the emperor was to encourage all children to honor and obey their parents. So, their Taro story went to the ears of emperor, and the emperor called Taro, and um, then the most beautiful fountain was named after Taro to set an example that one must obey their parents, okay, and one must take care of their parents when they grow old. Just to set an example, the emperors gave the name of the beautiful fountain Taro, okay. A Japanese story retold. So this is a Japanese story, and now it has been ended. So I will give you 1 2 3 4 5 question answers, okay. You have to do it in your copy and I can check it anytime, and in coming week I'll be giving you a project as well, okay.